you wearing pants?
No, babe.
Hi friends, Matt Mitchum here. Thank you to all of those who did watch the video last week and who sent through some questions for today's video. I've got some fabulous comments and questions, so I really appreciate those. We'll get into those very soon. Since the video last week, I went for a new job, which I got, yay. So I'm just like starting to normal a bit now, like, you know, becoming like a regular proper adult with a regular proper job. It's all gross and disgusting, but it's, you know, it's adulting, which is exciting in its own way. Oh yeah, and also, so my voice might give out a little bit during this video because apparently boyfriends don't know how to keep their sick germs to themselves, and I am starting to come down with something. This is your fault. As you would know from last week's video, I put a call out to answer some questions. You have sent me some wonderful comments, some lovely comments, thank you. All very flattering and gorgeous and lovely. And you also sent me some really interesting questions. So let us dive into the answers. Get it? Dive? Okay. Aristogama says, are you watching RuPaul's Drag Race UK? If yes, who are you rooting for? And yeah, I'm absolutely watching Drag Race UK. In fact, I actually know one of the Brit boy crews. What are they called? Okay, so I know one of the Brit crew boys. Back many moons ago, when I was just a young lad in Brisbane in Australia, I was actually friends with Mitch, who is I mean, you'll know him as soon as you see him. He's like 8 foot tall, absolutely massive. So when I found out that he was actually on the show, I was like, jelly. Yeah, no, I'm definitely watching it. So who am I rooting for? Okay, my number one would have to be Davina De Campo, because I don't know, I just like kind of alternative, artistic people. And also I like her facial expressions. Yeah, I love all that stuff. And like her construction of that pantsuit was incredible last week. My second favorite would have to be Crystal. I absolutely loved that whole, what do you call it, like a bustle kind of hips, that construction where she used beach balls as like, to blow out the hips on the corset. And also I kind of like that gender type of drag where it's, you know, playing with the masculine and the feminine, like the body hair with a really pretty face. I love that stuff. And probably third would have to be the Vivienne, because I just like how polished she is. Like I love all the looks that she throws together. So that would be my top 3 of Drag Race UK. Di Dericab says, as you're in the UK, will you do a collab with Tom Daley? Yeah, I'm totally up for that. We chat, we catch up for brunch every now and then, so yep, I'm totally open to that. Actually, send us an idea of what you would like Tom and I to do together. We'll probably just end up talking diving or something. Welsh Wind 01 says, can you see yourself eventually staying in the UK and becoming a British royal subject? I can see myself staying in the UK. I don't actually know what a British royal subject is. Is that like a lord or a lady? I can definitely see myself becoming like, you know, Lady Matthew Mitchum. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, well, I don't know what a British royal subject is, so I'm gonna say yes. Dutch Traveller 1972 says, good to see you back, thank you. When are you getting married? Okay. Luke and I are getting married on the 22nd of February in a fabulous chateau in the south of Belgium. We got engaged in about July, I'm gonna say. So it was a pretty quick turnaround between engagement and actually organising the wedding. But, you know, if you know it's right, why wait? Brent Crabtree, 1971, says, where did you move to? Okay, so I moved from Sydney to London in a fabulously salubrious part of town called St John's Wood. We spent 6 months there, then we moved a couple of weeks ago down to the lovely coastal town of Brighton. From our apartment, I can see the sea, I can see these beautiful wind turbines. Even just knowing that there's a beach nearby, it kind of reminds me of Australia a bit. LPF Pod says, how do I contact you? Which I find a really funny question because just sending me that message is like contacting me. So LPF Pod, that's how you contact me, just by sending me messages like that. Sandry Jr. says, I love you. Okay, not a question, but I love you too. Fancy Falling, excellent name. Says, welcome to Brighton, thank you. What's your fave thing about it so far? Okay, I think so far my favorite thing about Brighton would be the lanes are fun. They've got lots of cute little shops, antique stores. There's a really cool fudge shop that I have frequented. Actually, what I love about Brighton is the cafe culture. There's so much more of a cafe culture in Brighton than there is in London. That's kind of what reminds me of Australia as well, because yeah, like cafe culture is a pretty big thing in Australia. Coffee is a big thing for me. Okay, Kentunist1 says, no, there was a lot in there. Okay, how has your mother coped with the changes in your life? She's been fine, I think. And if she hasn't been fine, then she hasn't really been letting on. She's been, you know, keeping her tears to herself and putting on a brave face for me, but no, I think she's fine. We're still in pretty regular contact. In fact, she's been very helpful for me, actually. She really helped me with the move, and she's been really good with sending stuff over. So yeah, she's been really good. Has there been some negative kickback? I don't think so. I think for the most part, everybody has been really happy for me. How has your battle with addictions moved to the next stage for you? Like, it's probably always something that's going to be part of my life, as in like just remembering that I'm always going to be susceptible to addictive behaviors, because as long as I'm always aware of that, then I've got power over it, and I can make conscious choices about not acting out in those ways. Like, I've been clean and sober for years now, so it's, you know, it's not something that I don't have this constant daily fear that I'm gonna accidentally relapse or anything like that. Yeah, good question. Okay, I have been dreading this question. John Cartwright, hello John Looney, says, what happened with Lachlan? I was really surprised when I found out you got engaged to somebody else. Yeah, that's understandable. I mean, it's a tough situation. I met Lachlan when I was 18. The person who I was when I was 18 is leaps and bounds different from the person that I was when I was 30. Yeah, things just change, and I met somebody else, I fell in love with somebody else. It's kind of like, you have to live life on life's terms, and I made the choices that I made because I felt like they were the best choices for me, and I had to honor that, and yeah, I made the best choice for me, and that was choosing to have a life with the person that I fell in love with, and that's Luke. Yeah. Martin Davies says, how wonderful to have you back, darling. Thank you. Nice to be back. And when might we be blessed with an audience with the wifey? So wifey, I'm assuming, is Luke. You can find out all about Luke. You can see a lot more of Luke at his Instagram page, which I will link somewhere here. Yeah, we definitely have to do couples videos. And I've actually got plans for sort of couples videos, so you'll have to tune in for those. I think he's like pretends to be really shy, but I don't think he really is. And if you look at his Instagram, you will see that he's not anywhere near as shy as he pretends to be. Okay, Snizbutt, I love this question. Snizbutt says, how are you so perfect? I don't know, just born this way. Simon Knight says, hey, welcome to the UK, thank you. I moved here from Melbourne a couple of years ago. Ah, hello fellow Antipodean. Do you think you'll be doing any shows now that you're in the UK? I would love to do some shows in the UK. I brought my ukuleles here. My shows are in my head. If you play the piano and you sing or something like that and you'd love to collaborate, please reach out. I would love to play with you musically. It's something that I miss and that I would love to get back into. So yeah, let's just jam. Okay, Mickey, oh, this is a long one. Mickey101 says, hey, so this is kind of deep, but I'm finishing school this year, really soon. What advice would you give to someone like me who is just beginning to discover who I am and how to navigate the real world? You seem super confident in who you are, and I want to begin to learn to do the same. That's a big question. I seem super confident in who I am. That is an interesting observation because, you know, it's something that I don't necessarily relate to often. Like, I often go through periods of completely losing all confidence, which is something that happened to me when I moved to the UK. You learn about yourself the more you do. So I'd say just go and have an adventure, have lots of adventures. Okay, and we have the last question from Arthur Peterman, who asks, were you or are you serious about picking up drag or performing as part of your work or life? The thing that appeals to me about drag is that being a performer myself, it's about finding characters, and I think drag just gives you another avenue to develop another character. Yeah, and because drag is kind of outrageous anyway, and it's a caricature of a persona in itself, it lends itself to more extreme characterizations, it lends itself to more extreme behavior, it lends itself to more outrageous behavior, and I love that. Yeah, I think I need to play with the idea a bit more and explore that. Oh, that's all. Cool. Done. And that is everything. That is all your questions. Thank you for sending them through. I hope you're satisfied with the answers. I hope you have learned a little bit of something about me. If you're not satisfied, then keep on sending me questions. I'll keep collating them, and I'll do another Q&A video in a few weeks' time. After, you know, I've had a chance to do some other stuff. One of them might even be a couples video. So do tune in. Make sure you subscribe to my videos so that you know that they're coming up. Follow me on all of my social media pages, so Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, I will link them below. And like this video. Don't dislike it. Show me the love. See you next week. Bye. Goodbye. Teamwork. But do make sure that you subscribe, you follow me on my social media pages, and I'm busting to wee actually.